Some secrets are heavy enough to tear a woman's heart apart for a lifetime. I love my husband, but I'm carrying a child that isn't his. I'm not writing this to justify myself. I'm writing because sleepless nights have left me with no place to hide my thoughts. We married 4 years ago, surrounded by blessings and hope. He is the kindest man I've ever known, patient, gentle, always placing my feelings above his own. I remember our wedding day, how he looked at me as if I were the only person in the world. But he promised to build a life with me, a life filled with joy and laughter. We loved each other deeply, deeply enough to believe love alone would be enough. Our first year was a beautiful blur. We built a home not just with furniture and paint, but with shared dreams and quiet moments that became the foundation of our life together. I loved the way he would bring me coffee in the morning, the way his hand would find mine in the middle of the night. He was my safe harbor, my steady ground. But marriage has wounds that love cannot always heal. We longed for a child. It started as a hopeful whisper, a secret dream we shared in the dark. We imagined a small hand in ours, the sound of tiny footsteps on our wooden floors. But month after month, year after year, that hope began to fade. Each negative test, each new cycle felt like another quiet heartbreak, a tiny crack in the world we had built. We stopped talking about it, but the silence was louder than any words. It was a weight that settled between us, heavy and unspoken. The empty room we had planned as a nursery became a monument to our failure. I would stand in the doorway, imagining a life that felt just out of reach, a future that was slipping through our fingers. Then came the doctor's appointment. I can still see the sterile white walls of his office, the look on his face as he delivered the news. The words fell between us. Cold and clinical, his condition made it very difficult for us to conceive. It was a definitive, crushing blow. In that moment, our shared dream felt like it had been shattered into a million pieces. He tried to smile. He reached for my hand and held it tight. He said we would find another way, that we were a team, that we would get through this together. But I saw the pain in his silence. It was in the way his shoulders slumped, the way his eyes avoided mine. I saw the man who had always been so strong, so confident, suddenly feel broken. He was trying to protect me from his own grief, but in doing so, he built a wall around his heart. From that moment on, he gave me everything. More care, more tenderness, more devotion. He would surprise me with flowers, plan weekend getaways, and hold me a little tighter at night. He showered me with a kindness that was almost suffocating. He was trying so hard to fix what was broken, to fill the void that had opened up between us. And somehow, that kindness made me feel smaller, weaker, terrified of becoming the one who would destroy him. His love became a constant reminder of what I couldn't give him. I started to feel like a fraud, living in a house built on his unwavering goodness, while my own heart was consumed by a growing desperation. But I felt like I was drowning in his love, and I didn't know how to breathe. Then I made the most foolish decision of my life. I can't explain it in a way that makes sense. It wasn't a choice born of passion or romance. It was an act of pure, selfish desperation. A wild, reckless attempt to grasp at the one thing I thought would save us. The one thing I thought would make him whole again. I turned to another man not out of love, but out of a misguided belief that I could fix our pain. One choice, one moment. A mistake that will follow me forever. I carry the weight of that instant every single second. It's a shadow that clings to me, a coldness that has settled deep in my bones. There was no pleasure in it, only a profound and immediate sense of shame, a betrayal not just of my husband, but of myself. When I found out I was pregnant, I collapsed on the bathroom floor and cried. The 2 pink lines on the test strip weren't a symbol of joy. They were a sentence. I wasn't crying from happiness, but from a deep, gut-wrenching fear. The secret was no longer just in my mind. It was growing inside me, a living, breathing testament to my deception. And when my husband found me there, he knelt down and held me. His hands were trembling with happiness. He thought my tears were tears of joy. He whispered, "We did it. We're finally going to be a family." And in that moment, as he held me in his arms, his heart overflowing with a hope I had stolen, my own heart shattered in silence. The sound of its breaking was deafening, but only I could hear it. Now, every night, he rests his hand on my belly as if protecting a treasure. He talks to the baby. He tells it about his day, about his hopes and his dreams. He reads books about being a father, his voice soft and full of wonder. He dreams out loud of taking our child to the park, of teaching them how to ride a bike, of all the firsts we will share. And I lie awake next to him, paralyzed by my own deceit, listening to 2 hearts beat, one full of pure, unadulterated hope, and one slowly, painfully breaking apart. I know what people would call me: selfish, dishonest, wrong, and I accept it all. There is no defense for what I have done. I don't ask for forgiveness, because I don't believe I deserve it. I only wish that if there is another life, a different time, a different story, I could love him again as a better woman, a stronger, more honest woman. Someone who would never, ever turn his pure and boundless love into a lifelong sin.